What up, y'all? My bad. What up, y'all? Welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. I'm your host, your tour guide, your landlord, the president, the king around here. I'm the owner, tenant, janitor, on my damn floor. What you, if you don't follow the rules? The rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks, cash app, super chat, whatever you feel like doing. Um, let's see something. So much stuff been going on since I last got to kick it with y'all. I've been kind of caught up doing stuff, doing other stuff, doing some music stuff, doing some other stuff too. So I haven't been able to tap in. I mean, you got all kind of incoming responses about the Diddy doc. You got all kind of 50 versus Marlon Wayans that done happened. You got all kind of stuff. Most recently though, as you can see from the title, I'm most concerned with this 50 versus the Lobby Boys. Are Dave East and Fabulous Lobby Boys too? Are they considered part of the Lobby Boys? So let me know. This is one of the reason I want to choose. The reason I chose this one to talk about is because it's the one I don't like. I don't like this for a bunch of reasons. But first of all, most of all, is I don't like, this is what I don't like about this era of media, podcasting, and all of that. Like, I don't know if back in my day, back in the heyday, or my heyday, the 90s and all of that, early 2000s, when you did an interview, you had a conversation on camera, you didn't wake up tomorrow with drama with somebody you probably respected or somebody that you used to, somebody you might have had a problem with before, but y'all done worked it out, or it never was public. You might have had the issue with the certain somebody, and it was never public, and nobody ever asked you about these questions. They just asked you about the music and so on and so forth. So, like, I don't remember that being a normal occurrence. I'm not saying that it never happened, but it wasn't just, standard operating procedure. Because people cared more about the music. When you did an interview with somebody, they wasn't asking you all your personal business. It was asking you about the music. What was your process when you was making Nocturnal? Where did your mind go to make? Who came up with the album cover design? Was that? Oh my God! What's your writing process like? Where do you come from? This, that, and the third. They ask all of these other questions all of these questions that will bring you into the art, into the mind, and the creative process of the art. And most artists were not apprehensive to do these interviews because of that. This is what this was our standard. Like, we understood that an interview was to help promote us, to help promote our work. You know what I'm saying? Also, one hand wash the other. It's helped to keep the platform. It was good for the platform that was interviewing as well. You know what I'm saying? They want to be current. They want to have the hot stuff. They want to be the first on the beat and all of that. So it worked both ways. You know what I'm saying? But now, it changed. It changed. It went from, National Enquirer and stuff like that was looked down upon by real publications and people with talent, the real artists. But we went from that place when social media came out, and and World Star came out, and YouTube and all of this stuff came out. We somewhere along the line, everything, reality TV came out, everything shifted. It's like now they don't care as much about the music. The music, mind you, when the product, the creativity is the grand connector or the grand conductor. Like because of any music event can combine this fashion, food. Somebody caters the event. Somebody wants to design. A set design. What do you call that? Decoration. I don't know what you call a person who, I can't think of the word right now. A person who decorates a space, but people get paid for that, right? You got the musicians, you got liquor, you got water. Like you go to a Rock the Bells festival or something. Millions of dollars are being made in selling water bottles. You understand what I'm saying? So many things come together. Pause. They converge together to around music and make wow money. And somehow we at a point where niggas don't care about the music no more. That's wow. But what niggas do care about every step of the way is the drama. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Because of that, yes. Because of that. I don't like it because as a result of that, it seems like that's all we fish for. Y'all, not me. That's not all I fish for. You know what I mean? But that's all, the interviews is about. They just they just on that's what makes you go viral. That's what they're looking for. And then once that happens, we talking about hip hop artists or hip hop personalities. We talk about big egos, and everybody everybody paint the ego out to be the biggest villain in the human personality. Ego ain't. I don't believe that's true. I don't think we. I don't. Without ego, I don't think we get hip hop. You understand? It's the ego. Ego. I'm sure there's somebody who's smarter than me and more astute and more articulate than me that will say other or that can either further expound on this or dispel what I'm saying. But y'all know what I'm saying. Pride, ego, honor. Them niggas is cousins. They might not be the same thing, but they related. You know what I mean? And it's pride. It's pride that allows you that cause that will make you rise up off the after being put down. You understand what I'm saying? It's pride that's it's pride and it's not going to have you looking like no sucker when somebody say something crazy about you in the interview. You know what I mean? And I think y'all get the point. I don't need to drill into that. But yeah, but because of it, we in a space now where you don't have to be a professional to be out here doing interviews, to be out here interviewing rappers and celebrities and all of that. And just the whole industry, the whole idea of celebrity has regressed to a point where it's like, as celebrities, we used to feel like we're not supposed to interact with a certain level of effery. But now it's almost like it's part of the job description. So you find yourself beefing or over nothing, over stupidish. So now that I've successfully rambled on this long, what do y'all think about the situation with 50 Cent and Maino going back and forth now? Because on the what is it, the Let's Rap About It podcast, right? And they're not even into interviewing a guest. It's just four rappers talking to each other the way we talk, the way we talk in our, in our spare time with our homies. And they talk about the hot topic and they give their opinion on the thing. Now, Maino has since said something along the lines like, no, we wasn't trying to diss the man. We were just making our, you understand what I'm saying? On their show, they had a conversation about how would you feel if somebody made a documentary about you and it painted you in a negative light? Of course, I don't think it's a person alive that would like that. right? I don't think nobody would like that. I think, yeah, I mean, so of course of course across the board, they all said the same thing in one way or another. Like I wouldn't, I wouldn't do that. Blah 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 blah. I don't like it. Is they made their little jokes about it, so on and so forth. But it is what it is. 50 responds, calling them squatters. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how they I'm sorry. I mean, what they said, they did. I will admit, they like I said, they unanimously disagreed with it, right? You know what I mean? And they stated how they feel about it, right? I'm just saying, if I was 50, I might not have got that offended by it because I think if somebody did that about 50, he wouldn't like it. You understand what I'm saying? But when 50 responds, what was his first response? Does anybody know? Called them squatters. Where is it at? Can I find it? Hilarious. It's not funny. My bad. It's not hilarious, but it kind of is a little bit. I can't even type straight right now. Let me see. So he types the AI definitely. He posts so it's squatters. Squatters are individuals who I can't find a post where he called them squatters. Let me see. I mean, I think y'all all seen it already, but squatters are individuals who occupy property without legal title, permission, or a lease, often in vacant or abandoned buildings, differing from trespassers by intending to reside there long term. While squatting is illegal, then it gets cut off. It gets cut off. It was probably some more stuff there, right? Called them squatters, put up the definition of squatters. Maino responds pretty aggressively. Well, at first he did show a little grace. He was like, this is 50. Puts up a picture of the picture 50 in his pimping curly phase. So this is Killer Curly. He gave me my first record deal, so it's gonna hurt me to drag him to hell. Said, what's got your panties in a bunch? Blah 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 blah. I don't like looking for stuff while I'm typing because I feel like it slows down what I'm doing. Distracts. I see other things in the process and it takes me off the mission. But anyway, I'm sure all of y'all saw all of this anyway. So it is what it is. But yeah, like I feel like I don't know if first of all, I see this is the type of situation I feel like has the potential to go left. So I don't like that part of it, first of all. But I don't know. As far as just the whole fact of it existing, I don't this might this might be I don't feel like it's healthy. I don't. You know what I mean? It's like we can't do none of this shit. We you can't even you I don't even know. It's crazy. It's entertaining, but it's crazy. First was the squatter's response, then said he's gonna buy the studio. Yeah, 50 done said he gonna buy the studio where they record at. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do y'all think about this? Do y'all think 50 overreacted, or do y'all feel like he he's within his rights? Hmm. What y'all think? Then there is there's the theory that it's all just marketing. People there's somebody who believes that's always in play, and I do feel like that's in play every once in a while. I just don't know because 50 been having smoke with Jim Jones for quite some time now, And, if you're sitting next to him and you having the conversation with him and y'all talking about something that 50 created, then, it's easy to it's easy for 50 to take the same position he took when he went at Fat Joe and Jadakiss for getting on a song with Ja Rule. I'm just saying. Which is another topic. I could be in here for a whole hour talking about. Ja Rule is out here on one. It's like he's it's like free for all for him. He's like, nah, this is the rule we do. So this is what we doing, this is what I'm doing right now. And you know, I don't know, I guess it's like 50 fighting on multiple fronts right now. They're trying to jump, son. I don't know if it's gonna work though. I mean, I already know the 50 Cent and the 50 Joes, the 50 Cent and Ja Rule smoke. It ain't nothing we could do about that, bro. You know what I mean? That is what it is. That's too deep. But this Jim Jones, I mean, yeah, the Jim Jones shit too. Like, I mean, Jim, not so much Jim, because that it does have, that is a pre-existing beef and all of that. But this drama with Maino, by proximity to being within close proximity to Jim Jones, it's the part I don't like, B, because them niggas was cool. You know what I'm saying? Maino and Uncle Murder used to be cool. I don't know. I'm not sure we're really happy with that. As Maino stated, 50 helped him get his first deal. You know what I mean? So they was cool at some point. Watching some of the coverage on this topic, I done seen photos with Fifth and Fab, you know what I'm saying, chilling or whatever, or footage with them joking with each other and all of that. Swag. Now 50's talking about buying the building where they shoot the podcast in. I think he said he's going to buy half of the podcast too. I don't know how you do that. How you do that? You got to get that from me, right? Anyway, let me know, y'all, what y'all think. I just wanted to tap back in, pause. I'm in here. I'm back, off of my impromptu hiatus, and try to stay in a rhythm. Never mind the algorithm. Trying to stay in my own rhythm with y'all so we can so we can raise the bar. You heard? All right. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. You know what I'm saying? Leave a donation in the form of a super thanks or Cash App. Cash App tag won't be in the description. You know what I'm saying? Description. Also the merch link. Check out the merch link. I got merch there. Hoodies, sweaters, hats, stuff like that. Get involved to get a job. Made it to the end of this video. Let me get 4 thumbs up. Rock on. Rock on. I'll be back soon though, because it's a lot of stuff. Like I just wanted to talk about this first, and I wanted to do this without having to edit it and all that. So, like I said, I'm gonna be going live a lot more. You know what I mean? So I could take out that extra time of having to edit and all of that. So rock with me, rock on, rock going.